Hey everyone, Ryan Hall with RB Bass, checking in again, giving you an update on the California Delta. I have a lot of buddies getting ready for a big tournament out there. I know a lot of people are coming in from out of the area to an unfamiliar Delta waterway. So I just wanted to give you guys some advice on what's going on in the Delta, you know, what the water's like, what the fish are doing, boating safety, and then also some ideas of what to catch them on. So I'm going to start by saying the Delta is fishing well. It's not great, but it can be good. You have to cover a lot of water and find these fish. It's not everywhere. The whole river's not wide open yet. It's very close. Water, and depending on where you are, will range anywhere from 55 to 60 degrees at all periods of the day. When I show up in the morning, it's, you know, almost 55, 56 degrees, so it's very warm. So I would say majority of these fish are pre-spawn. You do have a couple fish that are looking to spawn. You know, you will see some fanned out areas, but there hasn't been very many fish locked up. I haven't seen any yet. For me, I'm targeting a pre-spawn bite, and that is all throughout the Delta, whether it's north, south, east, west. It seems like pre-spawn's the bite to be chasing, and even some of that late winter, depending on what part of the river you're on. Watercolor right now is extremely clear. Some of the cleanest I've seen in a very long time. It almost looks like the fall out there, where, you know, certain parts of the Delta you're getting 5, 6, 7 foot visibility, and other parts you'll get 2. So you know, it just depends on where you are and what you want to fish. For me, the baits of choice, I would say, and especially for those of you guys that are coming out not super familiar or haven't had a lot of time on the water, to get bit, to get bites and get good bites too. My first one, hands down, always this time of year, is a stick bait, something like this. I like the X-Zone Lures True Center Stick. That's the color right now. And what this bait's going to allow you to do, it's going to allow you to throw in these spawning areas. For those of you who are familiar with our RB Bass website, we put out a report on springtime fishing tactics about a week, 2 weeks ago. And I mentioned that bait. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to fish in these spawning areas, or these pre-spawn areas, you know, especially on the Delta around Thule clumps on riprap, big, you know, Thule flats, you name it, you'll be able to fish it in all these places, and just pitching it at the points, in the holes, in the coves, wherever you need to, and just slowly let it sink. Let it do its thing, you know, let it work for you. Like I said, I like the X-Zone Lures True Center Stick. There's that color that I really like, which is Watermelon Magic. And I have another one that's Watermelon Red, and they seem to be preferring the Watermelon Magic right now. Kind of weird. They usually like the red one. But that's what I've been throwing. We've been catching a lot of good fish on that. I want to say we've had a couple fish just over 6 pounds on that bait in the last couple weeks. And that's just covering water. You know, when you do get bit, hunker down a little bit, pick it apart even better, because there's going to be a lot more fish there. If you want to just really go searching, cover water, or you get on those big riprap stretches and you just want to turn the handles a little bit, looking for a reaction bite, I'm going to recommend a bladed jig. So a bladed jig, as we all know, swim style jig, hex blade on the front. I throw the Picasso Lure Shock Blade Pro. That is my go-to. It's got an aluminum blade, so it's very light, and it doesn't take much to get this bait to start turning the head. And then it also has a ton of great colors. New head design comes through the grass, but that's, you know, that's another day, another beer. So for the bladed jig, we're covering water, throwing it through the grass, throwing it through the tules, next to timber, on the riprap. It's very versatile, you know. It's not like a crankbait or a square bowl that a lot of guys throw that's going to get hung up on grass right now. It's very easy to rip out, covering water. That way you can just keep the handles turning and just get to getting. That is what I would recommend. You can find fish on tons of other baits if you want to go drop shot, if you want to go flip, you want to do whatever. The fish are eating everything right now. I caught frogfish last weekend first thing in the morning, so it's, you know, it's all over the map. It's just junk fishing. But like I said, it's good. It's not great. It's going to be a grind. I think 3 days out there, it's going to take 22 a day, 22 to 24 a day. Just because, you know, someone's going to smash them one day and have a smaller bag on the next day. But that's what I think it'll take to win. For those of you guys that are not familiar with the waterways or don't spend a lot of time on the Delta right now, this time of year, a lot of wood is releasing, so there's a decent amount of wood in the water. A couple weeks ago, I saw a giant tree floating in the middle of Frank's Track. So just watch your surroundings. There's a lot of parts of docks. There's, 2x4s, 4x4s, I almost hit a 6x12 the other day coming down the San Joaquin River. So just pay attention, if it looks like just floating hyacinth, it might not be just floating hyacinth. There might be a log or something trapped in them. So just be careful if you're running down the river or through the sloughs. Just make sure you don't hit anything because it's very dangerous right now. And if for those of you guys who are running across the islands like Mildred or especially Frank's Track, watch out for the mud hens or the coots. There's thousands of them in Frank's Track right now. I've ran through Frank's 3 times in the last couple weeks, and I've hit 2 to 3 birds almost every time, just not getting out of the way. So just be careful with that. Know what's going on. If you have to slow down, or avoid them if you can. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my wrap up of the Delta right now. Go get yourself some stick baits like that True Center Stick by X-Zone, or the Picasso Lures Shock Blade Pro. It's a phenomenal bladed jig. So check those out. Said cover water, find out what's going on, get comfortable, find a lot of different areas that have fish, because as that tide changes throughout the 3 days of that tournament, you're going to need different areas. So don't just rely on one area, because if you rely on that and come day 2 or day 3, your tide will be gone. So just make sure you have a bunch of areas, cover a lot of water, just have stuff, tons of stuff you can rely on. And hopefully that helps you guys out. I'm hoping to make it out to either the weigh-in or the takeoff out of Tower Park Marina there for the Future Pro. Just hang out, see what's going on, maybe shoot a little video. If you see me out there, come say what's up. I'm the old black and red ranger with the 1 red talon, so if you see me, come say hello. I'm more than happy to talk to everyone. Other than that, good luck, guys. Be safe, and when they bite, go ahead and set the hook a little bit. It's fun. So I'll see you guys soon.